Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid, and I'm going to talk about why this is devastating to the RAV4 Hybrid. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Murdoch Hyundai here in Linden, Utah for giving me some time with the Santa Fe. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Powering this is a turbo 1.6 liter 4-cylinder paired to a 6-speed and a hybrid system. It puts out 231 horsepower and then 271 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy is 35 around town and then 34 on the highway. Now before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now when it comes to front-end design, super boxy with the new Santa Fe. Got the H there for the headlights, which I think looks pretty cool. And then I like this little pattern here in the center too. This is kind of more of an entry-level package, but still looks good. Now on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235 by 60 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here at the wheels mostly closed off for aerodynamic efficiency. I think it's pretty sharp looking. I like the chunky fender flares. You can see the rest of the body work there. And if we take a few steps back, you can see the boxy design that the new Santa Fe has. Now taking a look at the key fob, if it'll ever focus, we got a lock and unlock function, remote start. See, we've got the opening for the hatch there on the side, and pop it open. Now taking a look at the cargo area, you can see there's quite a bit of space here in the back, and if you have the third row folded up, you don't have nearly as much, but you know, it's still usable. We've got a little 12 volt there. We've got a vent for the rear passengers, which is always nice. And you can see here, they can control fan speed there in the back, which is another nice feature. I would reserve the third row for kids. It's, you know, not a huge SUV, so it's going to be kind of like a tighter fit back there, but you can fit adults if you need to. When you're all done, just press that and that will lower the hatch right back down. So we got that same cool H pattern there with the taillight design here in the back, and then again boxy, and it kind of just abruptly ends. It almost kind of reminds me of the Ford Flex in a way with how it looks. And this leads us inside, so nice trim here at the top. You can see down below with all of the soft touch trim. And then here are these seats. Pretty cool looking. Quickly pop in. Got a little storage pocket there. Access for the center console. A little USB port here. It smells kind of perfumey in here. Interesting. Anyways, headroom. It's pretty good. And popping up front, again, that nice trim down below too. Got all of our window controls here. Got our mirror adjustment set up, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And here's the front seat. It's pretty cool looking. All of our adjustments there on the side. This is nice. Then H pattern there on the vent as well. Now here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You can see soft touch all around. Got paddle shifters there on the back for the 6-speed. Bunch of practical controls in the front, including for our voice command controls, volume, adaptive cruise control, lane centering. And then you can see here with the stalks on the back. And we do have a column shifter as well. Here's a quick look at the gauge cluster. You can see fully digital, and we can scroll through and see different bits of information on systems within the vehicle. And then we also have our drive mode select as well. And you guys can see there's quite a bit of glare there on the screen. Just a regular backup camera. In reverse, the trajectory lines do turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, quick response time, we do have a hybrid tab there. It's pretty cool. It shows you exactly what is happening with the system. Yeah, easy enough to use. We got nice soft touch trim all across the dash with some stitching. And then we have the double glove box, and it's actually soft touch here on the outside of the glove box. But yeah, nice setup there. With that little H pattern. We've got our climate controls, so dual zone here up front. We also have heated seats, got stuff like your drive mode select and your 4-wheel drive lock and your hill descent control, and then charging area up front. Got some cup holders, center console. Nice kind of like shutting mechanism there. And then manual mirror dimmer, and then no center for anything like that. Here's a quick look at the window sticker. You guys can see 2025 Santa Fe Hybrid SEL. $40,845, so this is right in that price range with the RAV4s. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's set off in the hybrid Santa Fe. RIP RAV4. I mean, seriously, it's crazy that Hyundai is offering a vehicle that is at a similar price point to the RAV4 and yet has, what, just as many features, more features. Third row. I mean, it's a really good value play. And this has more power than the RAV4 hybrid, if I'm not mistaken. Not the Prime, obviously. The Prime, that's plug-in hybrid, but traditional hybrid RAV4. So, yeah, it's a very interesting value play by Hyundai, if you ask me. And when it comes to driving, the hybrid doesn't really drive all that different from the standard Santa Fe. What I will say, though, is the standard Santa Fe has a turbocharged 2.5 4-cylinder, dual clutch, so there's a bit of lag. It's pretty perceivable when you put your foot in the pedal. This, because it's got the hybrid assist, no lag at all. So I actually like the kind of initial around town driving experience a bit more with this compared to what we have with the turbo Santa Fe. And you know, compared to the RAV4, I'll say this is smoother. And I think that's just because ECVT, and ECVTs are great. But I think, yeah, ECVT versus this transmission, the 6-speed. Wow, that's quick. Doesn't really feel slower than the 2.5. It's pretty similar. It is slower because it's got less power, less torque, but I don't know, the hybrid boost helps out quite a bit. So, something's up with the Santa Fe hybrid. Also, before we sum things up, there's storage underneath the center console. RAV4 doesn't have that either. This is a big middle finger to Toyota. Because, I mean, it gets slightly worse fuel economy than the RAV4, but it's a bigger vehicle. Boxy design, right? So that's gonna, you know, make it so fuel economy's not as good. But yeah, seriously, it's everything the RAV4 is, plus I would say the powertrain performs better. Now, in terms of longevity and all of that, yeah, okay, Toyota's still probably gonna win on that front. ECVTs are inherently more reliable than, you know, ECVT naturally aspirated 4-cylinder is gonna be more reliable than turbocharged 4-cylinder with this 6-speed. So, but are you going to keep the car past the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty? Are you? I don't think so. Most people don't keep cars that long anymore. Some people do, like my mom, but most people are not like my mom. So, yeah, I think it's just I think it's a better car, better value. And I think that if people looked at this money to money, then yeah, they'd probably jump ship from Toyota if they needed the third row. If they don't need the third row, some people might still stick. But let me know your thoughts on that, and let me know if you want to see some comparisons, like Santa Fe versus RAV4 or whatever you'd want to see. I'm sure I can put something together. The Murdochs here are great to work with, so I'm sure I'd be able to take one of their cars over to the Toyota dealership, for example. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see on that front, and let me know what you think about the Santa Fe Hybrid.